Hi guys, welcome to Cinnamon Reviews here on YouTube and on Instagram. And before we get started, I just want to address the elephant in the room. So today is November 1st and yesterday was Halloween and I had a small Halloween get-together party and I can't get this stuff from my body and it said washable and I have a few things in my face too. I'm so sorry, just bear with me. But yeah, yesterday was super fun and I'm so glad that I am able to film this Empties video for you guys because I have a lot of stuff to do. I have to put all my Christmas decor up, as you can see in the background. But anyways, we have a lot to get through. I burned 20 candles last month, so let's just jump right in. I'm going to separate this by candle company. So let's start with the one Kringle candle that I finished this month, and it's not even completely finished, but this is Bananas Foster. So we have fragrance notes of banana, brown sugar, soft spice, milk, vanilla bean, butter, soft wood, sweet, and I just couldn't finish this, even though I finished most of it. This is just so smoky, and I think, again, it's because of that smoked vanilla bean and the soft woods. This was not good at all. I dreaded this. This is probably going to go in my worst videos of 2025 because I did not like this whatsoever. And then, I mean, the burn, it was pretty clean for the most part, but yeah. Let's move on to the Goose Creek candles. I think I mentioned in one of my prior videos, I'm done purchasing from Goose Creek unless there's a special edition one. Like, let's say they made a Twilight one, I would probably purchase from that collection, but the burn is just terrible. I do like their wax melt, so I might transition to that, but no more for me. But let's start with the fragrance that I really enjoyed. Well, the thing is, I enjoyed a lot of these fragrances, but the burn was just terrible, so I could only experience it for 1 or 2 burns, and then it got really sooty, or like the wax got dirty, or like the wicks. So let's go to the first one, which I burned, which was sweet potato beignets. So we have fragrance notes of sweet potato puree, powdered beignets, and creamy honey butter. And this one was so good. You get like a bready note, and then you get a hint of powdered sugar, like a sweetness of the powdered sugar, and then you get like a pumpkin-y sweet potato fragrance. Really good. I got these in the wax melts, super strong, so I definitely need to repurchase the wax melts in this. Well, yeah, I had this in the wax melts. I need to repurchase it. So yep, this would be a repurchase in the wax melts for me. Let's move on to the dud here, which was Farmhouse Pumpkin. Again, I love the wraparound in this collection, but I did not like this fragrance. So we have fragrance notes of Farmhouse Pumpkin Spice Cake, Rich Buttercream Frosting. This was just too artificial for me. I think it's a spice cake note that I didn't like. And then the buttercream frosting, I liked it sometimes and not the others. And then the burn here, I think, was like pretty clean. There was no soot, but and there's still like here, this much amount left, but I'm just not going to deal with burning something like that anymore. It was not that strong either. The sweet potato beignets was strong. Okay, let's go to Harvest Hayride. So we have fragrance notes of orchard apple, spiced pumpkin, mountain hay, warm cedar. Okay, so I kind of liked this one. It wasn't like a wow for me, but I liked the fact that it had apple. I liked I guess, spiced factor in here. I'm not sure if it was particularly a spiced pumpkin or just like cinnamon and clove. And then I've learned that I like cedar in fruity types of fragrances, not just a cedar dominant fragrance. And then I got a little bit like of a hay, but not hay note, more like a bristle note. So, and this while burning was super pretty. I would probably repurchase this in the wax melts. Okay, and this was a love for me. I really loved 3 fragrances, and I'm going to try to purchase these 3 fragrances. So sweet potato beignet, this one, another one in the wax melts because I loved them. This is everything fall. Love the wraparound. So we have fragrance notes of apple peel, autumn spice, pumpkin, leaves, and cedarwood. This one was just so good. So you get the sweetness from the apple peel, but then the spice, the autumn spice, was more like a cinnamon, clove, nutmeg type of fragrance. And then you got a hint of creaminess from the pumpkin, and then you got leaves, like an outdoors feeling from the leaves and the cedarwood. So nice. I'm definitely going to purchase this in the wax melts. So, so, so great. I really love this fragrance. The thing is, I look at the wicks. So I had to dump wax, trim the wicks because it wasn't burning well, and then I trimmed it too short, and yeah, so I couldn't really experience it for that long. But love the fragrance, love the wraparound. Okay, and then I started to do sticky notes, but then I just forgot. But this was our family kitchen. We have fragrance notes of gooey cinnamon rolls, caramel praline, and vanilla bean. And this one was so nice. I will definitely repurchase this. Like, this was such a good like combination type of fragrance too. So you got like the inside of a gooey cinnamon roll plus the caramel praline, so it added some nuttiness. I didn't really get a vanilla bean. I mainly got like the inside of a cinnamon roll and then the nuttiness of a praline. This was so good, and this was so strong. This was a 9 out of 10 in my open concept. So I'm definitely going to try to find this in the wax melts. If not, I think I would purchase the candle again because the candle burned well. There was not that much soot right here. So yeah. So those are my Goose Creeks. Let's move on to caramel sundaes. So honestly, if you saw my Instagram post, they took the Queen Suite because a lot of these fragrances I love. So let's start with one that was my worst, my least favorite, and that's because of my fragrance preferences. So this is Always Autumn. I don't have the fragrance notes, but I don't have time to read the fragrance notes because I'm trying to film a quick video. So this was juicy eucalyptus, gala apple, balsam fir, and eucalyptus leaf, juicy fig. Okay, so I just cannot, like, this is not in my wheelhouse. I smell so much of that balsam fir. I did a dedicated review for most of these, I think all of these except for like a few. It was just, this is just not my type of fragrance, not a repurchase for me. Okay, let's move on to the next one, Fall Cider, which is a dupe of Bath & Body Works Cider Lane. I did enjoy this one, a cleaner burn. So this was like a green tart apple with caramel. And it actually does remind me of those circle caramel candies with the green apple inside. Super good. Super, super good. I really like this fragrance. And I'm not sure I would repurchase that because I'm not a huge fan of caramel. So, I mean, I really enjoyed while burning it, but I don't think it would be a repurchase for me. Okay, this one will definitely be a repurchase for me next season in the 4-wick because I love this fragrance so much, and it had a decent strength, probably like a 7 in my open, not my open concept, in my bedroom. This was amazing. I need this in the 4-wick. So we have cinnamon apple donut. So just to remember the fragrance notes, you have like a donut note, not a fried donut note, just a donut note, apples, a spiced cider, cinnamon, sugar. This is just so good. You get a red apple, a sweet red apple with a donut, but it's not fried, so it's not like overly like greasy. And then that's cinnamon sugar. This smells exactly like a Trader Joe's apple cider donut. Okay, and then we have the special edition limited caramel sundaes fragrance. This was in the fragrance blueberry pancakes. And I already cleaned it out. I was just seeing if I could get any fragrance from this. I like this fragrance, but I think the blueberry was a little bit subdued. If this was mainly more of a pancake fragrance, which, I mean, it was good. I just don't think this would be a repurchase for me. So the pancake was a dense pancake, very bready, with a hint of maple and then like blueberry, like compote, but this was not very blueberry dominant. So I love cinnamon apple donut. Well, I liked all of these, well, except for Always Autumn, but these two definitely repurchases for me. So we first have Bakery on Main. So this is just a typical vanilla fragrance, but this was so good. I'm actually debating on purchasing this, their next restock in that gold vessel. So good. You get a vanilla cake, you get a buttercream frosting, and this was like an 8 out of 10 in my open concept. So this was a very good fragrance. And then the last one, which would also be a repurchase for me, which is Dad's Blueberry Cobbler. So this was blueberry, buttery crust, vanilla bean, but this just smells like a good, jammy, juicy, plump blueberry jam with a buttery crust. So good. Okay, let's move on to my Bath and Body Works fragrances. So let's see. I recently purchased this and I finished it, Pumpkin Pecan Waffles. We have fragrance notes of maple syrup, golden waffles, pumpkin spice, brown sugar. So I purchased this when it was below $8, like I think 7 something. And this was a decent fragrance, but I think I rated it low because it's not a pumpkin pecan waffle scent. This is literally a straight up waffle scent. It is not overly sweet, which I expected because so many people said this was overly sweet, but I enjoyed this fragrance because it was a good combo fragrance. The only bad thing is that the wax got super dirty, and I mean the burn is pretty clean, but the wax was so dirty, and then towards the end it kind of did smell like burnt. Okay, let's move on to my next one, which is Autumn Drive. We have fragrance notes of wild raspberry, warm amber, and vanilla birch. And this one was so good. I'm obsessed with the Autumn Drive fragrance mist. This one was really good. This probably would be a repurchase for me, but the burn was very dirty. But it's like a very perfumey raspberry with a hint of vanilla. Yeah, really good. And then I burned another one. I burned one of these last month, and I burned another one this month, Strawberry Strudel. We have fragrance notes of fresh strawberry jam, flaky puff pastry, sweet vanilla icing. Oh, this is just like a good strawberry vanilla strudel. So I really enjoyed this one. I have 2 more in my collection. I'm probably not going to burn them until next year, but so good. You get like a pastry-no, it's more like, to me, a cream cheese frosting like that you get in those toaster strudel packages. And then the strawberry is so nice here. It was like a little bit dirty and you got those low flames, but it's still through, which is weird. Okay, the next 3 candles are from That Candle Place. So let's go over the worst one, which was probably Sugared Snickerdoodle. I didn't really finish this, but like when you smell it right now, you get like a sugar snickerdoodle dough, but while burning, this was very weak. I'll say 4 in my bathroom. It was strong in my bathroom, but just in that bathroom, but not like smack you in the face. I just don't think this would be a repurchase. Then the next one was Enchanted Forest. So this one was very interesting because you had like coconut, pumpkin. This is a very creamy, spiced fragrance. But this was also a little bit weaker, but I did enjoy this one. And probably my favorite one out of the 3 is Apple Crisp. So this was a very red, juicy apple fragrance with a hint of cardamom. And honestly, I did enjoy this one, and this one was strong. So the last 2 random candles, we have Tuscany Candle Café au Lait. I didn't really finish this one. This is just really sweet. I mean, my mom gave me this, so I did burn it, and the burn was pretty dirty. But yeah, super milky, sweet, and I'm just like, I have enough. I burned most of it, so. Okay, and the last one, we have one from Hormeworx, which is Cranberry Sauce. This was fragrance notes of stewed berries, stewed cranberries, Valencia orange peel, spiced red apple, cane sugar. So to me, this is more of just like not a cranberry sauce, more like a cranberry gum. And the strength on this was so low, almost undetectable. And I didn't do a review on that one. But everything else I did do a review on, except for the Tuscany one. Okay, so those are all the candles. If you want to stop there, you can stop. Thank you for watching, but I'm just going to go over the wax melts that I've recently burned. I burned through all of these, and I think I'm not going to go like in so much, how do I explain it? I'm not going to buy so many wax melts, but I will use them if I want to try a fragrance. So let's start with a recent company, which is Mountain City Candles. They're hand-poured in Frostburg, Maryland. I did enjoy these, and I do think after the season, because I already have such a huge holiday list of candles that I want to buy. So starting next year, I do want to buy candles from them because their fragrances in the wax melts are very strong. So we have chestnuts and brown sugar. This is 100% soy wax. This one was just like a brown sugar mapley with a nuttiness of that chestnut. This one was so good and very strong. I usually burn 2 of these, and I have 2 wax melt warmers in my open concept living area. So this one was strong and I really liked it. And then this one was awesome, which was Christmas cookies. This was more of like an oatmeal cookie with a hint of spices. You get like a oatmeal cookie with raisins and a lot of spices. I really enjoyed this one. I would actually purchase a candle in this one. Okay, let's move in. Let's move on to the Kringle wax melt. So we have Christmas cookie dough. This one was not a favorite for me. I'm glad that I purchased these in the wax melts because I don't think I would have liked a lot of these in the candle form. This is just very lactonic. It reminds me of vanilla cone, so this would not be a repurchase for me. Christmas cake pops. Okay, this was just like a lemon cake fragrance. It smelled more like a cake pop on cold, but while melting, no. Okay, let's move on to, both of these would be a repurchase, but I'm going to wait until there's a nice discount on these, like maybe 30% off. So we have first cinnamon apple wreath. This one was really nice. It was just very weak in the wax melt warmers. So I would get this in a 4-wick. This is just a very nice spiced vanilla. I don't really get that much of the apple. And then Kringle cupcake, which is supposedly a spiced vanilla cake fragrance. Sorry, my dog. Yeah, this was like a vanilla cake with a spiced vanilla cake. Okay. Yep, I do think I would repurchase this, probably even in a 2-wick. But yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry it went fast, but I hate filming long videos because it takes forever to upload. But thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you purchased any of these, if you disliked any of these. Next time you see me, I'm probably going to be recording in front of my Christmas tree. I'm trying to do a bunch of that stuff today, but I needed to get through this video so I can throw a lot of these vessels away and just make room for new things. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you hit a like and subscribe, and see you guys next time. Bye.